Another day, another story. On the morning of September 12, 2024, a magnitude 4.7 earthquake shook the Los Angeles area, with its epicenter near Malibu. The tremor was felt across northern LA and parts of Ventura County, rattling buildings but causing no immediate reports of major damage or injuries. Initially, the quake was recorded as a magnitude 5.1 but was later revised. Welcome to Tabo. Eminent Channel authorities expect smaller aftershocks in the area, and the event triggered nerves as the region is familiar with seismic activity. Its impact was felt by millions of people across the region. Although it caused significant rattling, there were no immediate reports of injuries or major damage. Experts predict that smaller aftershocks may follow. The event served as a reminder of Southern California's vulnerability to seismic activity. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the quake struck at 7:28 a.m. with an epicenter 4.3 miles north of Malibu at a depth of nearly 7 miles. The quake was initially reported as magnitude 5.1 before being downgraded to 4.6 and then ultimately 4.7. Several KTLA viewers reported feeling the quake in the Inland Empire, and the USGS impact map shows it was also felt in areas of Orange County, Santa Barbara County and San Diego County. It is striking that some of the stronger shaking, not surprisingly, but it's right down the west side of Los Angeles, said seismologist Dr. Lucy Jones. It seems to have been pretty widely felt. The quake was followed by at least two aftershocks measuring 2.8 and 3.4. The Los Angeles Fire Department activated earthquake mode shortly after the quake, which was completed by 8:30 a.m. No infrastructure damage or injuries were reported within the city of Los Angeles. According to the California Highway Patrol, some rocks and dirt tumbled onto Malibu Canyon Road near Piuma Road, near the quake's epicenter. Traffic was temporarily halted while public works cleared the debris. Thousands of earthquakes are recorded in California yearly, but the vast majority are extremely minor. Several hundred reach a magnitude of 3.0, and only about 15 to 20 are greater than magnitude 4.0, according to the USGS. There's been several earthquakes with a magnitude over 3.9 in recent months. While there's been more quakes than typical this year, Jones said there's no known pattern when it comes to quake activity. Yes, we are feeling more quakes this year, but it's not yet statistically significant, Jones said in a news conference Thursday. Seismologists look for patterns. Everybody looks for patterns. That's why we have myths of earthquake weather and animals, and all of these things are us trying to form a pattern of what is inherently a random distribution. In North America, only Alaska records more quakes per year than California. What to do in an earthquake? During an earthquake, experts say knowing the proper steps to protect yourself and minimize injury is crucial. The California Department of Public Health provides detailed guidelines on what to do during such events. Here are the key points. Drop, cover, and hold on. Drop. Immediately drop down onto your hands and knees. This position prevents you from being knocked over and allows you to stay low and crawl to safety if necessary. Cover. Use one arm to protect your head and neck, and if possible, take shelter under a sturdy table or desk. If no shelter is available, get down next to an interior wall away from windows. Stay on your knees and bend over to protect vital organs. Hold on. Hold on to your shelter until the shaking stops. Be prepared to move with your shelter if it shifts. Thousands of Angelenos were jolted with a cell phone alert this morning around 7:30 a.m. that said, "Earthquake detected." Drop, cover, hold on, just as a 4.7 magnitude earthquake centered in Malibu rattled the region. So why the noisy alert for this earthquake but not, say, the two quakes that struck near Ontario last weekend? About the alert threshold. Turns out the Wireless Emergency Alert, WEA, system for earthquakes are only triggered for magnitude 5.0 quakes or above. This morning's tremor was initially reported as a 5.0 by the USGS's ShakeAlert system, so that's why Angelenos were notified. We don't want to really send an alert for every single earthquake. We want to send an alert for the consequential earthquakes. Those that you will feel in your location, said Jose Lara with the Governor's Office of Emergency Services. You won't get the wireless emergency alerts unless they are turned on in your phone settings. Here's how to do that for iPhone and Android. Want more alerts? Laura recommends downloading the MyShake app, which has a lower alert threshold of 4.5 magnitude quakes. We have earthquake resources. We don't want to scare you, but the big one is coming. We don't know when, but we know it'll be at least 44 times stronger than Northridge and 11 times stronger than the Ridgecrest quakes in 2019. Why it matters. SoCalGas said in a statement that the rapidly accelerating land movement in the Portuguese Bend area, around 4.5 feet a month, in Rancho Palos Verde has made it unsafe to provide natural gas service. The backstory. The current land slippage in Portuguese Bend has been ongoing since 1956, but has worsened in recent years after 2 winters worth of heavy rain accelerated land movement in the area. The land is currently moving at a rate of about 1 foot per week. Over 150 homes in Rancho Palos Verde are already without gas and power due to the landslide fears. An earthquake centered in the Malibu area produced shaking Thursday morning in widespread parts of Southern California from the coast to inland communities. The quake's initial magnitude of 5.1 was soon downgraded to 4.7. It was followed by more than 2 dozen aftershocks, including 2 of magnitude 3.4, with more aftershocks possible in the hours and days ahead. Centered just north of Malibu, shaking from the 7:28 a.m. quake at a depth of about 7 miles was reported in Malibu, Hermosa Beach, La Mirada, Anaheim, Santa Monica, the Hollywood Hills and parts of the San Fernando Valley. Shaking is more likely to be felt from shallow earthquakes, which are those between 0 and about 40 miles deep. There were no immediate reports of injuries or significant damage. Trains will be slowed on Los Angeles metro system to check for damage, which is standard procedure following an earthquake. In February, a magnitude 4.6 earthquake centered northwest of Malibu rattled the region. The afternoon quake in the Santa Monica Mountains also had an active aftershock sequence. Resident Mark Little said the shaking was different this time around. It lasted longer, and the shudder and the shake was more severe, Little said. And we had nothing broken, but more things moved around. Scott Richter, owner of Scott's Malibu Market, said he felt shaking on his way to work. Security camera video from inside the store captured shaking. This bag includes scissors, bandages, gauze, insurance cards, cut and rash creams, antiseptic cream, antihistamine tablets, cough syrup, alcohol towels, eye drops and distilled water. We were loading our showcases and our baker, Anton, he was putting in our fresh products that we make daily every morning, Richter said. You could just see him kind of like grasping to the showcase there. Southern California has felt shaking from several earthquakes in recent weeks, including a magnitude 5.2 quake located south of Bakersfield. We are having earthquakes. None of them have been damaging. They've all been small, said seismologist Dr. Lucy Jones. This is a really good reminder that the quiet of the last couple of decades is not our long-term picture. Phones in the areas received notifications via the state's MyShake app, which sent 425,217 alerts, according to the governor's office. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel.